oftentimes get things wrong. All of us as evaluators, that's particularly what I mean. And so what's interesting is that one of the people who agreed with us is the one who found some new information out, and that she too might have been wrong, which I love. I love this process for that, and that's what this is about. It's important to bring the learning into real time, and in this case, Vanessa, with all of her experience, reached out to some colleagues and friends, and what you...
That we were all wrong. It's a steelhead. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No.
I was gonna be like,
Everybody just got mad. No, this is. How did you get here? This is a Chinook jack. So it is a Chinook. And I had that thought right after I went back. Kurt and I had talked about it, and I came back over here and I said, "This is definitely a Chinook." Why? And so I didn't want to say anything yet because I wanted to confirm with my colleagues who. So the reason being is because Chinooks both have spots, but like someone, I think like you said, they're on pinks, they're usually more ovalized. They can even be like lines.
they get the stripes.
They're huge.
Yeah.
These are tiny, and this has the leoparding, but it's hard to see on the back. Like if this was in the water, the presentation with this though, like the black mouth is missing, the black gums are missing, but that can happen when it decays. Yeah. This died pre-spawn mortality, so I think it's just a very rare presentation. It's confusing, and that's why fish are so confusing all the time, especially when they overlap in seasons. If it was a pink, as soon as it enters the system, it starts turning like the bright white, like you see these big clumps of white on its belly. And I didn't see that here, and I was like, that's not right. It's not fitting in my box of what a pink is. Plus, it's very large for a pink. It's very small for a Chinook. And so I would say this is, a jack or...
Why are the scales so small? I'm obsessed with the small scales.
So I don't think that these are necessarily, like if you come in and look, the scales are gone for one, because this has been in the river. These are just scale plates. Some of the scales they're dried to it. They're not gone, they're like dried to it. Okay. So you'd have to dig one off. But I don't think they're I think if they're smaller because of, anybody got a knife?
Yeah, especially like up near the hand, it seemed like the scales were somewhat bigger, like they had a little bit of size to them as opposed to just being pinpoint. But they're not like half my finger.
Here, if I get it on you. You can have someone to see you. Oh dear. So this is a male. Is what I thought.
So that confirms.
So it's a jack.
Yeah, there you go.
It would be humped if it was a pink. This far up in the system, this far up in the river, it would have a big old hump on it.
Wow.
And if it was male, yeah. So when Dave and I walked up, I was saying, not all of you are here, but we both independently came to female pink on this. Oh, great, sure. We both independently came to female pink. The spots, what we saw is the white belly. Of course, it is darkening out a little bit now. We weren't happy. We certainly, no black gums, but we also were like, okay, the white gums aren't quite whatever. Kind of were like, whatever. But you know what I mean, just like mentally, quickly. You just skip over that. And we saw the spots on the tail. Another thing that was problematic for me, that I just whatevered over in my head, I was like, oh wow, pink females usually have a light hump. Not like the one we saw yesterday, but it's a light hump. I was like, oh, there's hardly any hump here. And I was like, this is big, in my head, but these are we both were like, pink female, cool. So just good lessons for us.